Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 30 of Walking with Jay. Tonight I have
30?
30. I've got my very special guest star, Lee Ballou, here. We go back to 1975 in Caliente, Nevada, where Lee taught me how to tie my shoes.
I did tell you how to tie your shoes. But you know what? You returned me the favor. I had no clue about lime jello till I met you. I didn't know what it was.
You had no idea.
I didn't. I thought it was a Russian thing. But the favor was returned. Had a great evening. Episode 30, huh?
Episode 30. This is my
Oh,
30th
I
one.
love it. I love it. I think I have 30 pairs of socks. I got Robbie Reber over here trying to learn how to jump out of something. Is that Robbie Reber? That is Robbie Reber.
Can we show him? I don't know.
Nah,
There it is.
nobody-
It's not doing much.
Nobody wants to see Robbie Reber. But
Now, Ryan Reber.
let me tell you about Ryan Reber. The kid had more freckles than Rachel had zits. You know, good guy.
I just had a lot of freckles.
Got a lot of freckles. Sporting the Virgin Valley shirt for all my fans out there, wherever you may be at.
Most likely Virgin Valley.
Most likely Virgin. Got a lot of good friends down there, a lot of good people. Just another enjoyable night. I don't know. What do you think? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Let's go see if this guy needs a hand. Walking with Lee.
He might need a hand. Gosh, what is this, Normandy in 44? D-Day? Guys out on the Little League field getting ready to jump with Eisenhower. Got a baseball game going on over here.
That's why we're walking over here. We got to relive our Rotary days
Relive
back there.
our Rotary days with Ed Bozar, Chucky Coverwell, and Tommy Rout, who's running for mayor again, I see.
Caliente.
Yeah.
Now let's just go out on the football field here. We can run some sprints.
We can
do
run some
lines.
sprints, some pass plays. Well, I'm not doing those lines, but I'll do I'll do these lines. Oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks out here.
Right. This, speaking of Virgin Valley, this field is a lot like Virgin Valley. Fewer cow patties, but
Fewer cow patties, and I just think I just stepped in a hole.
don't turn your ankle, man.
Don't turn your ankle.
Well, what do you want to talk about tonight, there, Lee?
Whatever you want to talk about.
No,
I'm game, but go ahead.
no. It's it's basically your show when you come on board,
Oh, you're too kind.
and I'm more than happy to turn over the
You're
reins.
too kind. You know, I will say this. I want to talk about my beautiful wife, Michelle.
Let's do that for a while.
What a wonderful woman. You know, it's my second go-around in the marriage department. And I don't have the best of luck with relationships. Kind of like peanut butter eating Play-Doh. But, I think I found a good woman in Michelle. She loves me for who I am, and
Right.
just, I don't know.
That's good.
It's just
Companionship is a huge
companionship. You know, man's not meant to be alone, and I'm a firm believer in that. And Michelle just brings out. She makes me see things that I've never really cared to see before. And plus, she doesn't let me pull my stunts like everybody else.
Doesn't let you pull your stunts.
No. But Michelle,
Lee
I love
pulls
you.
stunts?
I know, right? Sweetie, I love you.
That's awesome. I've been married for 23 years.
A lot of you guys
22,
that I grew
I
up
don't
with, you guys are hitting your 25-year anniversaries.
Yeah. And she's my best friend, so.
That's awesome. I
Hi,
love what you two have. She wrote speeches for President Kennedy and Reagan.
And Reagan, apparently.
Oh my gosh, that tear down this wall. And
That's classic.
That's classic. And then the Kennedy speech with Cuba. We're going to quarantine the island.
Speaking of Kennedy, so this is, Kennedy was born 100 years ago.
May 19th, he turned 100 years old. Hard to believe.
That is wild, right? So we're out of the century of Kennedy.
We
right
are.
now. How do you
What
feel
a-
about that?
What a good-looking man he was. The ladies just loved him. Makes you
Kind of like,
feel old.
yeah.
And another thing I just found out, this graduating class from high school this past year, 2017, are the last kids that were born in the
We're walking on grass. This is harder tonight.
I know.
It's worth it. We got to find a track.
I know.
This is ridiculous.
Nah, it's all good.
Kids that graduated from high school this year.
2017. This is the last group of kids that were born in the 1900s.
No kidding.
Next
Okay.
year's all the kids that were born in 2000.
That's crazy.
Brent
isn't it?
Perkins reminded me of that. I had no clue. But
See, Brent stays relevant, even though we're not in 5th grade anymore, but he still stays relevant and a part of our lives.
he still sends me weekly readers once a week. But the real highlight of my week is my subscription to the Lincoln County Record. Comes every Wednesday. I get it every Wednesday.
So usually you have it to read before the show. Today you're kind of winging it.
I'm kind of winging it because I don't care. I'm waiting for it. You know, I like looking at all the ads and people, you know.
I heard they talk a lot about Alamo in the Lincoln County Record now.
Well, because from what I understand, the people that now run it are from Alamo, so it's basically all Alamo news.
That makes sense.
And
Now when Connie was running, it was a little different, right? You'd have a
I
little
thought
corner.
so.
You have a little corner for Alamo.
you had a little corner, and that's all they need. There's not much going on down there. Unless you're, well, we won't go there.
We won't go.
But, oops, wrong bank account. But,
Oh, snap. We're getting in trouble
yeah, I
again.
know. My phone will be blowing up.
We're going to be talking strictly politics and religion tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, we might as well. They go hand in hand. It's the best thing to discuss. Just had a doctrinarian in it. But,
I don't know where we should walk. Hey, I thought I had this. I had my production
Hey,
scouts
I just-
out earlier trying to find
You know where we're at? We're at Snow Canyon High School.
the Warrior Hitting Facility.
Yes, just at Snow Canyon High School.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you get all dialed in on the sporting teams here in St. George,
We got
Santa Clara, Washington.
You got Dixie, you got Pine View. There was only Dixie High School when we were kids.
Right.
You got Dixie, Pine View, Snow Canyon, and there's another new high school out in Bloomington, isn't there?
Lee, you can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a high school.
That's true. It's like a Matthews and Panaca.
Right.
But yeah, as I told you as we were driving over here, this town has just grown. It's amazing. But
So, when I was taking driver's ed, we were talking about Jim Hill earlier.
we're talking
on,
about Jim Hill.
respectfully.
Yeah, of course, always, of course.
But yeah, he was my driver's ed instructor. Who was before him? Barry Bulow, you were saying?
Barry Bulow was the driver's ed instructor before Harry James Hill.
And then Harry took me we drove all the way to St. George for the driving thing. And then I came back because I wanted to get back in time for the Caliente Cubs game.
Oh,
so-
the Cubs.
The problem was we got a flat tire just right before 342 Main Street. And instead of sticking around to help Mr. Hill fix the tire, I'm like, sorry, I gotta
get over to the park. I got a ball game to
I
get
got a
to.
ball game to get to. Which, in my mind, it was reasonable, right?
Oh, well, he's trained for that.
He's
You
trained
weren't-
to fix
You
it.
weren't.
Right.
What's he expect? You to give up your childhood and sit there and watch him change the tire and talk about Sean Dorman hit home runs?
He does hit a lot of home runs.
Sean, let me tell you about Sean Dorman. I was a little hard on Sean Dorman last week.
Right.
But you know what? I went home and I thought this over, cracked open the Book of Mormon, read a couple scriptures. I'll say this for what it's worth, and if people want to blow up my message on Facebook, Sean Dorman is the best athlete to ever come out of Lincoln County High School.
I'm going to have to second that.
I'm going to have to, I fasted and I prayed over this and read some scriptures in DNC. Nobody can touch him. That thing with Pahrump basketball, it was a fluke.
That was the outlier.
That was it. I mean, I don't think anybody can touch him. Roger, his little brother, maybe, but I don't know. You know what I was thinking about today?
What was that, Lee?
Kenny Davis.
Tell me more about Kenny Davis.
You know what? Let me tell you about Kenny Davis. They made GQ magazine just for him.
Right.
I tell you what.
That guy.
Oh, he smells of roses, caresses a woman like a movie star, can sing like Rod Cooper on a 3-day binge. That Kenny Davis, I was just thinking about him today. I don't know.
See, because people are saying, Lee, you haven't thrown enough people under the bus yet. We need to get you going.
Oh, I need to throw more people under the bus?
No, no one said that.
No, I'm just kidding. Mary Fitzsimons, she taught me how to copy and paste. I had no clue. Somebody said, well, copy and paste this
Right.
on your, on the computer.
Right. You figured out how to do it thanks
Well, I
to
went and got
Mary.
a camera and took a picture of it and then tried to put paste all over it. And Mary Fitzsimons sent me a text and said, Lee, what the heck are you doing? So now it's Control Copy, Control C, and Control V for paste.
There.
I didn't know.
There you go.
Doug Hunt had me on a typewriter.
I don't know. I'm tired tonight, Lee.
I'm tired too, but I'm enjoying this.
That's good. This is a kind of a more subdued little episode of Walking with Lee.
Maybe it's subdued. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll let the comments.
We'll let the people. I'm sure the people will probably disagree, but yeah, I'm a little tired and working a new job and haven't been sleeping as well as I normally do. How
Yeah.
have you been sleeping?
I've been doing pretty good.
I
Not
heard
too
you've
bad.
been struggling. You were struggling with that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, ever since Lee moved into town, I felt like I can rest a little more securely, knowing that.
Well, it's like George Bush bombing Baghdad. Rest assured, everything's fine.
Go ahead and get your sleep.
Get your sleep. I got this. But
So you joke about the DNC and the Book of Mormon and stuff like that, but
the Doctrine and Covenants in the Book of Mormon.
how old were you when you became LDS?
I was baptized at 15. Rachel and I and Brad Triplett were actually all baptized together.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
as a matter of
it
fact.
was very, I don't know, I think about it often. My grandfather
We're
was.
going up this way?
Yeah, we'll go up this way.
Lee's leading the way tonight, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
leading the way. Follow me. My grandfather wasn't very happy about it. It wasn't that he was happy, or it wasn't that he was upset that I was being baptized a Mormon. I thought I was too young to understand religion
Right.
and to make that type of decision.
What religion was your grandfather?
He wasn't. He
Just no
was
religion.
just not religion, non-denominational. But I remember him telling me, he goes, well, I hope you know what you're doing. And of course, with me and my stubbornness back then, I'm like, I'm doing it.
Yeah. So now 22 years later.
22 years later, and
No, it's 32 years later,
32.
right?
Yeah, 15.
Holy cow, we're old,
Oh
ladies
my
and gentlemen.
gosh. Break out the Aspartame and the Slim Fast, for me anyways.
No, you can call me fat. I've been
No,
called fat
no,
since
no,
I
no.
was a little kid, Lee.
No, you're not.
So you were always skinny all the way up through high school. You were
I was skinny through high school. They put me on the line and I was the skinniest shit in the school.
tough, though. Tough as a bag
Oh.
of nails.
Tough as a bag of nails. Tough was Michelle making me pancakes in the morning. I tell you.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh,
Sorry, Michelle.
love you, sweetie. But no, I loved playing football in high school. You and I were talking also with Hell Week and
Oh, yeah.
lining up against the Cazzarati brothers
Oh, wow.
during practice and Steve Jensen. And I looked up and I'm like, gosh, I hope my life insurance policy's up to date. But you know what? I loved it.
Good time.
Got my bell rung. But yeah.
Man, it's a great night here in sunny St. George, ladies and gentlemen. Temperature probably 98, 99 degrees in the shade.
I would say 98 feels like 96.
Got up to 103 or 104 today.
Oh,
No clouds. Well, a few clouds.
a few clouds hanging around. Hotter than Kia Gussie making Navajo tacos today.
Nice. And who are we sponsored by today there, Mr. Blue?
Today we are sponsored by Allen's Cash Store, home of the Heber Barnett Special. That's a breast, a wing, a side, and a drink for $3.49. And that drink better be Dr. Pepper. He's going to be pissed
Who's
off.
gonna? You're gonna
Peggy
hear about
Rouse
it.
said that was her favorite growing up. Was the Heber Barnett Special.
Nice. And also by Eisman's One Stop Mini Mart.
Eisman's One Stop Mini Mart. George Eisman. Man, what a character, what a memory of Lincoln County, that guy. You could go up, give him a soda, put a soda up on the table, hand him a $10 bill, and you giggle and go, just right!
That's right. I'd like to shout out to Joy.
Joy Eisman. You know, Joy Eisman and I almost ran off to Italy together once.
I heard that. I did hear that.
Well, we heard about Olive Garden, so we didn't know they had them here. So
You just hopped down to Vegas.
we just hopped down to Vegas and got some breadsticks and pasta fagioli. Oh, this show's livening up a little bit.
Oh, there we go. We're starting
But-
to catch our groove. 15
right.
minutes in.
Yeah, it takes,
Fast forward, ladies and
We're-
gentlemen, if you got to.
I'm like a diesel truck. It takes me a minute to warm up.
That's right.
But then once I'm warmed up, I'm good to go. But George Eisman, great guy,
Super guy.
super guy,
Yeah.
great family.
Brad Tripley used to stop in there on the way to band practice every day. And
Where's everybody at?
where's everybody at? He would get the he'd get the corn nuts and the Pepsi from George, and that would fuel him for the rock and roll.
No wonder he's in the hospital with a bowel disorder 30 years later.
Corn nuts.
Corn nuts
He's
and
got 10
soda.
pounds of undigested gummy worms
Well,
sitting
the
in there.
doctor's like, well, sir, let me tell you what's going on here.
It'll pass.
It'll pass. It'll pass like a stone, but it'll pass. But
Poor Brad. Does he even watch the show? I don't know. I mean, we could talk about him for another half hour. Judy's got to tell him, right?
oh yes, definitely. Well, she puts a chicken pot pie in 30 minutes
Before the airtime.
before airtime. Hello, Mom, by the way.
Love you, Judy.
Love you, Judy.
Oh, good stuff.
Good stuff. On a serious note,
Okay.
think about her quite, well, not quite often, but every now and then. Thinking of Alan Ripto.
Yeah.
Jill Ripto.
Oh, yeah.
What a great woman she was. She was good to us kids, lunchroom. Always had a smile on her
Nicest
face.
lady.
Nicest lady you could ever meet, and just it was sad to hear about her passing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a wonderful person.
So many nice people there in Lincoln County.
There are a lot of great people in Lincoln County.
Last week I opened it up, or it was a couple of days ago maybe, where I asked people what they wanted us to talk about.
Yes, you did put that on Facebook.
One of the things I remember someone talking about was, what was it? Oh, Pearl.
Pearl McGee, the Virginia Slims Classic. You've come a long way, baby.
Come a long way, baby.
Going down the canyon, and there's Pearl, jogging at about 1.2 miles an hour downhill with a tailwind. Got that cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah.
She's moving like Gene Wilder.
I remember we had a Christmas parade in Caliente one time. It was the weirdest thing.
I must have been out of town that week.
It was a Christmas parade, and Pearl and I were both dressed up like wise men. So if you can imagine that. We're walking down the street, and Pearl looks at me and she says, I don't think this is how it was back then.
She was there.
She was
I don't think this is how it was. No, Pearl, I don't
Probably.
think so. Probably not. But, yeah, a lot of great people. Nice to run into, which Bushman was that we ran into?
Kathy.
Kathy Bushman. Nice to run into her.
Yeah. She's running for Washington City.
Washington County Commission, isn't
Yeah,
she?
something like that.
I got to vote for her, even though I don't live there. Vote early, vote often. That's my motto.
That's how my dad became mayor.
You got to. Vote early, vote often. Shout out to Carl and Arnelda.
Oh, yeah.
Carl's Burgers. Oh,
yeah.
my gosh. Talk about heaven.
Somebody post a picture of Carl's Burger down there in the comments for us, please.
Yes, please do. Don, Roseanne, somebody.
And Don, if you can hit us up with the secret recipe.
Hey, what's the recipe on that? I got a $1 bill in my pocket. It's burning,
Burning
a
a
hole.
hole.
Burning a hole. Diane Kelly told me that's where she met Pat. Was it Carl's?
Carl's Burgers. That
She
makes sense. I mean, quality burgers.
Quality burgers.
The
great
jukebox over there.
The Saw Cop in the summer of '58. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me. But yeah, Jillian, Miley, or Nikki, have any men contacted you yet? It's been 20 minutes and
We're doing a telethon here. We're taking phone calls.
We're taking phone calls. PBS.
Oh, wow. But we're almost 20 minutes into this thing. Lee, do you have any final words you'd like to say to the folks in Lincoln County, or, you know, society at large?
You know, I love all of you. Much love. I've had some great friendships with most of you. What's interesting, I mentioned this to you before, Jeremy, is I've gained some friendships with people that I didn't really particularly care for growing up.
Right.
And it's just amazing how life is, where you're like, gosh, I can't stand this individual. And the next thing you know, you're friends with them and going on trips together. But
that's really cool. See, for me, it's exactly the opposite. And I've just systematically lost friends over the years. People that, I'm just joking, Lee.
Well, they couldn't handle your good looks, probably.
Well, and that's, you know, it's hard for me to handle my good looks.
I don't know how you do it.
I ask myself every morning, Jeremy, how did you get so good looking?
How did you get so handsome?
And I'm just stumped all day. I'm thinking about that.
And what do you tell yourself?
It's either genetics, I don't know.
Oh, Keith Larson's a good-looking guy.
There you go.
Hey, he ran for mayor. He had to be.
You gotta. Oh man, no. Actually, I look like I fell out of an ugly tree and hit every branch. So.
Nah, that was Chelsea Clinton. Don't beat yourself up like
We're going politics, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going
I told you we were going to get
have
political.
We have to. The Vietnam War just ended. Tracy Tibbets was upset. There was social angst.
Sticking your finger
in my
the
milk.
That's going to be on every episode, isn't it?
Every episode. I mean, we were just 10 days out of Saigon.
When that happened, the milk
The choppers
incident.
were still warm.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think we're cut off here, so we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Lee, say goodnight. We'll see you next
Love you
Thursday?
all. Next Thursday, go Bulldogs, beat Lincoln.
See ya.